Welcome to your Magic Moon message. This is your host, Captain Almighty, aka the Peace Dealer, aka Magic Mike, looking glorious with my Leo shirt on and my threads. Roar! Roar! You see that? Do a sun roar with me. Roar! How you doing? Yep. If the neighbors aren't looking at you weird, you didn't do it right. Moon in Leo, Sun in Capricorn. Let's get it. Leo is all about courage, especially when we express ourselves eccentrically. This is the first social zodiac sign that puts us on the stage. It is the beginning of integration. And what are we integrating? We're beginning to integrate our individuality. Aries, your identity. Taurus, your values. Gemini, your individual thoughts. Okay? Cancer, your individual feelings. Before you now integrate that with other people's individual thoughts, feelings, and identities, this is what's established the first 4 months of the year, starting from March. And of course, we integrated it through the social axis. Oh, that was a butterfly. Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. And that transformation leads into a universal collective awareness and understanding, where we ascended through Sagittarius, and at the final quadrant of this journey, before we do it all over again in March, we are climbing up the mountain. The floodwaters are falling down on the end to a despicable world and culture. I mean, we love you, Mother Gaia. We're not talking about the earth and the planet. We love you. We fighting for you. Don't worry. But yes, watching all of the sins and ills of what this bacteria of culture throughout the world has built in the name of innovation. And for those of you who realize that you have been called out of this world, so that you maybe can share these gifts and talents you've been trained to the creation of a new one, even though there is nothing new under the sun. Okay? Don't take my word for it. You will see in 2024 everything that has been established over the past 200 years end very quickly, very fast. New World Order, Saturn, Neptune, Aries. All right? It's just like I told you before the eclipse in Libra, that it's going to be the road to warfare. And then shortly after Israel declared war, this is just the beginning, baby. So please do not get distracted by people who, in the heat of the moment, have no idea what's really happening and are really on all fronts. I'm not talking about one side versus the other. On all fronts, the whole collective test of Saturn through Capricorn, Aqua, and Pisces is unity. This is all stemming our inability as a planet and consciousness to get together, and that's going to lead to war. So just really keep that in mind. Every side is biased, even though there is truth that you will hear, you need to acknowledge. So just maintain that integrity, okay? With that being said, the moon in Leo is helping you understand the integration of courage relative to the harvest of this God level power. In that, once the moon goes into Virgo, we are going to finish this harvest by you understanding detailed analysis about the utilization of these powers and what direction to take it to as the flood waters rise up to mountain level. And of course, we get ready to sail on to a whole new existence. Because just like in the days of Noah, where there were Nephilim, giants, immorality, and much, 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 much sin, we are back. We are back. And what the moon in Leo wants to ask you is, how real is your love? How real is your passion? You hear a lot of people argue and complain about so much, but this is a Scorpio signature. Leo makes a Scorpio signature to Sun and Capricorn. Most people are not really willing to die for what it is they believe in, especially with the Reaper, Saturn, and Pisces testing your beliefs. You're seeing all these frauds and fakes be exposed. The same people who yell and cry out, regardless of nationality, skin color, and race will not die for what they believe in, and so they are making the bed that they, of course, set up for themselves and must accept their fate. This, of course, does not count those of the few who are willing to die. And they know who they are, and you know who you are. Don't worry, you do not have to die. But that level of conviction makes all the difference. And if you personally haven't really tapped into that, you will this transit. That's what the understanding of courage, Moon and Leo, is going to charge and harvest through this 150-degree angle. No. 210-degree angle coming into 240. Remember that hurt people hurt people. So your authenticity should trigger people. It should piss people off. That is the whole notion of being the performer on stage and standing on your values. Venus is 29 degrees Scorpio. And so as soon as this enters Sagittarius and Mercury gets ready to go direct and Mars is getting ready to go into Capricorn, this over the next couple of days is going to see a rapid acceleration of every conflict on the planet and also showing you the results of this harvest. Remember, all these Sagittarius personal planets are harvesting the opposition of Jupiter in Taurus and Uranus in Taurus. And so the 210 angle from that, where it was 180 in Scorpio, is going to ascend the interpretation of the quality of value you sowed seeds for 6 months ago that you are seeing. Anxiety is a choice. Allowing inferior behavior from others who don't even approach you with the right context because they live a lie to affect you is a choice. You don't have to waste your time arguing with people who live a lie and thus demonize you for living in your truth. No, for living in truth. Okay? And this is such a glory, like really do some sun roars. We're harvesting here. We're going to complete this harvest on the eclipse point, Moon in Libra. Venus is making a 29-degree sextile, closing sextile to 29 degrees Pluto. So this is a very crucial point where we have Pluto of Scorpio transformation, Venus in Scorpio of transformation, Moon making a Scorpio signature to the Sun of transformation. This is that point where moving forward, you're going to see a rapid acceleration and development of your relationships with key people and individuals. Okay? Especially as Mercury gets ready to go direct and pretty much all the planets that are retrograde. This is what's going to move forward a lot of what you're experiencing here. But if you get caught up in all the drama, as the Moon and Leo will help you understand the context of this drama, and the Sun in Capricorn will make you aware of how aligned it is with integrity or not. This will let you know if you're really just being distracted. You are. And one way to really keep this in mind is the time that you could be working on really preparing yourself. Because we are at war right now. We have been at war for years. And amazing front of this war is to make you think we're at peace. This is an illusion of peace. When, of course, the war for your own individual rights and liberties, it doesn't matter where on this planet you are, comes to you, those same people that you are, not minding your business supporting, they're not going to help you. So I'm just saying, really keep that in mind. Not telling you not to support any other causes, because some of you are meant to do that. I'm saying be mindful of what you're doing. You'll know those who are meant to support those causes because they're actually authentic with it. Whereas people using these causes to act woke and act like they actually care about these people, but they will not die for this cause. So they're fake. Yeah, I said it. Anyway, you're watching this and I'm not making assumptions. I very strongly believe that you have, of course, put it, everyone has to a degree. Well, even if they worked hard to build bad habits, you did not spiritually bypass. You acknowledge the gifts that were budding and awakening outside of social suppression to not even believing your own supernatural gifts. And this is a very crucial marking point that's going to transform the energy and quality of this power that will activate through this harvest more evidence of utilization of these higher powers and abilities. Synchronicities are synchronizing, much more aligned, and evidence of this will be seen 240 degrees to the Capricorn sun, moon in Virgo, where every single understanding of every detail will be spelled out for you, while Venus will be in Sagittarius, showing you the results of your harvest. Hence, transforming the vision of what you see because it's happening. Okay? Remember, this is the conclusion arc. Cap, Aqua, and Pisces. Don't get too riled up about events you see happening at the end of a book. Because, of course, March is where we open the chapter to a new book. Or, of course, to the new 4-season epic. And let me tell you something. 2024 is going to follow up 2023 in, I think, the most legendary way. You'll see the fall of your idols. You'll see the full-on exposure of everything as we get ready to step into a new paradigm. Think the end of Dragon Ball and the beginning of Dragon Ball Z. You know what I mean? The beginning of Dragon Ball Z literally involves aliens, Viltrumites, Saiyans, Pluto Aqua, okay? And even though there were billions of people on the world, less than 10 people were aware of this and dealing with it. That's what it's going to be like. So don't expect people to believe what you're going through. Just live it and let your actions do the talking. So this is going to prepare you to actually see the results of this harvest and actually log the details and evidence. So that's why I like earth sign transits. I have Taurus and Cap energy, so I'm biased, but it gets very real. And to prepare for that, now that we have moved in a sincere direction and power with Cancer, we are strengthening that conviction with courage. And you will understand the courage that's needed to stand up against corruption, to stand up against a collective that wants to see you fail, and to stand up in alignment with the rest of the collective that resonates with your soul frequency and wavelength. Remember, hurt people, and people who are committed to misunderstanding you don't have the courage to see you as you are. So every second that you waste with these people is time that you could have spent with those who actually know anything about anything and can push and move you forward. You fight with a dog, no one knows who has rabies. You argue with a fool, you both look fucking foolish. So I think you're going to enjoy this personally. Moon in Leo is going to be making a yacht in quincunx to the Capricorn Pluto and to the Neptune in Pisces, which will do a lot to provide perspective and direction to the level of courage needed to really link from your heart, mind, and soul the next step forward. And just know that underlying the mask of people trying to play cool and calm, the reason why your authenticity makes people uneasy is because they're fake and they've lived a lie. And they can preach to the choir all day. They can't take that from you. They can't cancel you. You always keep living it. And that's yours and yours alone. That's everything you're harvesting. And what Capricorn wants to know is, what are you gonna do with it? As you know, the old saying, with great power comes great responsibility. Sorry. Y'all stay blessed as always. Peace dealer out.